Good morning children. Welcome back to online class, history class today. Today unit 4 I am going to continue. The lesson name is The World After World War II. Page number 40 it's given children. You can check it. Yes, one class already over. Yes, in the introduction part what are the things I had given in the sense the last class. Okay, regarding the Chinese Revolution we learned. Is it regarding the Chinese Revolution? Under that, the Communist Party of China, regarding Yuan Shikai, is it Yuan Shikai, Kuomintang Party, is a Chinese Revolution in the year 1911. It was occurred, no? Yes. So regarding that also, I taught you. Then regarding Mao Zedong, yes, Mao Zedong life history also I told, I think so. Then Chu Enlai, yes, Chu Enlai, that person also belongs to the Communist Party of China, Communist Party of China. Then moreover regarding Dr. Sun Yat-sen also we learned. Is it in the last class? Then under that 4.2 what are the things we learned in the sense Cold War? Is a Cold War in the sense I explained to you people. Is that was the rivalry. There's two superpowers, that is after the completion of the Second World War. Yes, two superpowers was created in the world. Yes, who are they in the sense? United States of America and Union Soviet Socialist Republic, that is Russia. So USA and Russia, yes, were emerged as a superpower after the completion of the Second World War. Okay children, yes, but they never ever waged war against other country. Instead of that, they waged war on political, social, economical and ideological front, that is called as Cold War. Okay, so Marshall Plan also we learned. Is it a Marshall Plan we learned? Then under that 4.3 so many military alliances I explained. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, yes, which was started in the year 1949, like that I said, I think so. Then next one, SEATO, yes, Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, yes, which was started in the year 1954, yes, 1954. The next one, that Warsaw Pact, yes, Warsaw Pact alone, Russia started, Soviet Union started the Warsaw Pact against the United States of America. Okay, then CENTO Pact, otherwise called as Baghdad Pact. Okay, Baghdad Pact. Finally, only that United States of America joined in the year 1958. Yes, 1958. So those things and all we learned, children. So today, which one we are going to learn in the sense under that 4.4, 4.5, 4.6. Those things and all we are going to learn. Yes, first of all I am going to explain about the Korean War. Easily it is given. Yes, compared to last year book, it's given easily, children. You can easily understand everything regarding Korean War. Okay, so Korean War, which year it was happened? And it was occurred in the sense 1945 it was occurred. Yes, 1945 it was occurred. What happened in the sense? The Korean War made the Cold War really hot. Just before only the Cold War explanation I gave. Yes, that after the completion of the Second World War, two countries emerged as a superpowers. Who are they? USSR as well as USA. Those countries, they did not wage war against another country. Instead of that, they had a war. Yes, they had a war on political, socially as well as ideological front. They had a difference of opinion. Yes, that is considered as a Cold War. Yes, then here what is given in the sense the Korean War made the Cold War really hot. So Korea was partitioned in the sense divided. Okay, in the around 1945 Korea was divided into two, North Korea and South Korea. Okay, North Korea and South Korea. So each side in the sense North Korea as well as South Korea people, leaders, they were sought to win legitimacy. What does mean by legitimacy? In the sense the right of accept an authority. Yes, the right of accept an authority, that is legitimacy. Yes, by unifying the country. Yes, So they were partitioned. Partition in the sense divided. Korea was divided into two, North Korea and South Korea. Here, what was the competition in the sense, that legitimacy. Legitimacy, what is the meaning? The right of accept and authority. Yes, by unifying the country. They like to unify their country. So who, has to involve in that first? Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, the president of, otherwise the president of North Korea was Kim too. Okay, so this person, belongs to which party? In the sense, People's Republic of Korea. Yes, so this person, he decided to act before Syngman Rhee in the sense who? In the sense Syngman Rhee, he was the leader of South Korea. Yes, so North Korea leader Kim two. Okay, Kim second, otherwise Kim two. Okay, so at the same time South Korea leader who? In the sense Syngman Rhee. Yes, before him, before Syngman Rhee, Kim started to unify Korea. Yes, so that was the problem there. Okay, he launched attack. He in the sense Kim. Okay, Kim too, he was the leader of North Korea. Yes, him second, otherwise Kim too. He launched an attack in the year 1950, around June month, with the support of Stalin. He was the leader of Russia. Both Kim and Stalin, did not expect, but these people, Kim too as well as Stalin, they did not expect the arrival of United States of America. Okay, to intervene. This war, the Korean War, nearly how many years it was there? In the sense, nearly 3 years it was there. Human cost was enormous. Yes, much amount they were spent for that. Okay, but the Korean people gained nothing. They did not gain anything. So here nothing is given, children. Korea was divided into two, North Korea and South Korea. North Korean leader who? In the sense Kim second. South Korean leader who? In the sense Syngman Rhee. Okay, so they have to unify their country. So who is going to put a effort first? So that was the problem in between of them. Okay, yes, so here Kim, he started to do everything, yes, with the help of Stalin. Stalin who? Yes, Russian leader. Okay, so that much only it is given in the first para, children. Okay, then moreover it is given finally that the war lasted nearly 3 years. It was there. The human cost was enormous, but the Korean people gained nothing. They did not gain anything, like that it is given. Okay, yes, then next one also is very, see, third world countries. What is mean by third world countries? In the sense, yes, for civics lesson, when I was teaching civics lesson, first lesson, I used to tell, I think so, that India, yes, so India, that neighboring countries of India, yes, Indonesia, yes, so such a countries, they were followed the policy of non-alignment, like that we learned. Civics first lesson, second lesson and all we learned. Is it non-alignment policy? Those countries were, how they were considered in the sense third world countries, like that. So we are considered as India is considered as the third world countries. So those who, capitalist countries like USA, France, Britain, so those countries, how they were designated in the sense first world countries, like that. First world countries. So in your book also it is given, children, for designated as the first world. Okay, who? Capitalist countries. Capitalist countries, who are they? United States of America, Britain, France, yes, those countries. Okay, so at the same time communist countries in the sense like China, yes, Russia, yes, those countries, how they were designated in the sense second world. Okay, second world, like that they were considered. Yes, we people in the sense India, yes, Indonesia, yes, Ghana, those countries, we are following the policy of non-alignment. We are not at all joining with the super powers. So we people, how they were considered in the sense, third world. Okay, so this much only it is given. So once again I am telling, children, capitalist countries are considered as the first world countries. Okay, then next one, communist countries considered as the second world countries. Then third one, those who are following the non-alignment policy, no. Yes, so those countries are considered as the third world countries. So this much only it is given, children. Then next one, under that 4.5, yes, 4.5. So 4.4, two things are given, Korean War as well as third world countries. Okay, so now 4.5, children. Yes, NAM. NAM already we learned in the civics part, we learned non-alignment movement, otherwise non-aligned movement. So the non-alignment movement, yes, when it was emerged, yes, when it was conducted the meeting after the completion of the Second World War. Yes, after the completion of the Second World War, two superpowers emerged. Is it? So with them, we should not join. Such a intention people are there now. So those in countries, they were joined together and then they were established NAM, otherwise non-alignment movement. Yes, so where they were conducted the conference in the sense at Bandung. Okay, Bandung, where it is located in Indonesia. Okay, so Bandung conference was held in the year 1955. Okay, so the newly independent countries of Asia as well as Africa people, they were attended. Yes, they were attended in this, in this conference. Yes, which was held in where? Bandung. Okay, Bandung. Here, what is given in the sense? See, here it is given a newly independent countries of Asia and Africa gave a call. Okay, gave a call for abstaining. What is mean by abstain in the sense? Refrain. REFRAIN. Refrain from allying. We should not join with the superpowers. That is the meaning. Okay, then it also pledged. Yes, it took the oath to fight. It in the sense like India country, like India. Yes, like India in the sense India, the Ghana, Egypt. So those countries, Indonesia, those countries, they were following the policy of non-alignment. They took a pledge to fight all the forms of colonialism and imperialism. Yes, so NAM in the sense non-alignment movement countries, they had taken the oath to fight all forms of colonialism and imperialism. Moreover, this is a one-word answer, children. NAM's first conference, first meeting, where it was held, Belgrade. Yes, Belgrade in the year 1961 under the leadership of Tito. This one already I taught children. It is in the civics part. Okay, Tito of Yugoslavia, Nasser of Egypt, Nehru of India, Negruman of Ghana, Sukarno from Indonesia. Yes, those people participated, those leaders participated in the first conference of NAM at Belgrade in the year 1961. Okay, so the basic principles, what are the basic principles of the, Belgrade conference, that is NAM. Okay, so what are they in the sense? Very well, peaceful coexistence, commitment to peace and security, no military alliances with any superpower, no permission for any superpower to build its military base in its territories. So these are the principles of NAM's meeting. Okay, meeting was held in Belgrade, like that we learned. Is it a Belgrade meeting? Picture also it is given, children. You can check it in your book, children. Okay, so what are the basic principles of non-alignment, children? Peaceful coexistence, commitment to peace and security, no military alliance with any superpower. At the same time, they should not give the permission for the superpowers to construct its military base in its territories. Okay, so with the collapse of these are the ideas and all, when it was stopped, stopped in the sense, after the decline of Soviet Union, with the collapse of Soviet Union, the idea of non-alignment lost relevance. Relevance, what is the meaning? Yes, relevance in the sense quality. It lost its quality. Okay, so that is the Meaning of relevance. Relevance, what is the meaning, children? Quality. Okay, yes, the next one, the picture is given, children. You can check it in your book also. This is the Belgrade conference. NAM, NAM, non-alignment movement. The first conference. Yes, the first conference was conducted in Belgrade in the year 1961 under the leadership of Tito of Yugoslavia, Nasser of Egypt, Nehru of India, Negruma of Ghana, and Sukarno from Indonesia. Okay, yes, this is the picture of Belgrade conference. Yes, which year? 1961. Yes, 1961. One word answer, children. Yes, the next one, under that 4.6. Yes, 4.6, what is given? 4.4 over, it deals about the Korean War as well as third world countries, children. 4.5 also over, it deals about the non-alignment movement. Then under that 4.6, what is given in the sense? Cuban Revolution. Yes, Cuba, in the sense, first of all, we are ready to think about Fidel Castro. He was the popular leader of Cuba. Moreover, one more, that IQ answer also, you can remember that is a sugar bowl of world. Yes, a sugar bowl of world, which one? Cuba. Sugar bowl of world, which one? Cuba. At the same time, Fidel Castro, he was the popular leader of Cuba. Okay, so here it's very, very interesting, children. You can listen. The page number, which page number in the sense? Page number 44, 45, it is available, children. You can check it. The United States of America. Okay, United States, otherwise USA, had its satellite states. Satellite states in the sense sub-states. It has consisted so many states. Okay, so in Central America, what other states are there in the sense? Honduras, El Salvador. Okay, so Nicaragua, Panama, Guatemala. So those states are called as, Central America. Okay, those states consisted in Central America. Yes. So the next, in America, how many states are there? Yes, 50 states are there. 50. Okay, 50 states are there. Okay, children. Yes. So Central America consisted, so these are the states. Then the next one, that Nicaragua, yeah. Next one, the East Asia. East Asia in the sense, what other countries are there in the sense? Philippines, South Korea, South Vietnam, and Thailand. The next one, so these states, okay, so these states, see, the Caribbean states also. Caribbean states in the sense Cuba and Dominion Republic and Haiti in the sense island. Okay, so these states are there in America. So these are the satellite states. Satellite states in the sense, just before I told, sub-states. Okay, so these states, governed by, otherwise ruled. Governed in the sense, what is the meaning? Ruled by the groups made up of military. Yes, military people, they were ruled over that people. Landed gentry, what is the meaning? The last class I told, I think so, high social class, the people belonging to the high social class, and occasionally of local capitalist also, they were ruled over the people. Okay, so Central America people as well as Caribbean people as well as East Asia people. Okay, so after long time, Fidel Castro came into power in America. Okay, in Cuba, Fidel Castro came to power in Cuba. That time, US owned during his period. Okay, during whose period? Castro's period. US owned oil refineries on the island refused to process Russian oil. So what was the problem that time in the sense? US oil refineries, they are not interested to process the Russian oil. Okay, so Castro, what he did in the sense, that Castro nationalized everything. Okay, Castro nationalized everything. So in order to retaliate in the sense, USA need to take revenge against Fidel Castro's activities. So in order to retaliate, USA, what he did in the sense, it stopped to purchase the sugar from Cuba. Yes, actually what happened in the sense, USA oil refineries, they were disliked to process the Russian oil. So at the same time, what he did, Fidel Castro, what he did that time, he nationalized everything. So that's what, who got angry? United States of America got angry. Okay, so in order to retaliate, revenge, USA stopped to purchase sugar from whom? Cuba. Okay, then they were stopped to purchase the sugar from Cuba. Then Castro nationalized, that also nationalized. Which one? Yes, sugar companies. You see, US owned sugar companies, everything nationalized by Castro, and ended the US monopoly. Monopoly in the sense control. Yes, control, the whole control. Yes, US monopolies in electricity and telephones. So that's what all these gravely in the sense seriously threatened American economic interest. Here, it's very easy, children. After the arrival of Castro, what happened in Cuba? Okay, so US owned oil refineries, they were disliked to process the Russian oil. That's what he nationalized them. Okay, so USA got angry. That's what USA need to take revenge against Castro's activities. That's what they were stopped to purchase the sugar from Cuba. Okay, Cuba. Then Castro, nationalized US owned sugar companies, as well as it was ended these US monopolies in electricities as well as telephones. All these, seriously threatened American economic interest. Okay, the next, what is given in the sense, Cuban missile crisis. Yes, missile crisis. So 1961 it was happened, children. In Cuba. Yes, 1961 around April month, while landing an army of Cuban exiles on the island of Bay of Pigs, the US bombed. They threw the bomb on the Cuban airfields with the objectives. What was the objective? In the sense, they have to overthrow the Castro's rule, otherwise regime in the sense rule. Okay, yes, here what is given? 1961. Yes, in the year 1961. Yes, while landing an army of Cuba. Okay, landing an army of Cuba exiles. Okay, exiles on the island of Bay of Pigs. The USA bombed in the sense, they threw the bombs over the Cuban airfields with the objective of, what was the objective? They have to USA need to overthrow the Castro's regime in the sense rule, power. So US warship, surrounded Cuba. US warship surrounded Cuba. So that time, yes, who was the president of United States of America? John Kennedy. So this person, what he did in the sense, he got some information. He had received some information regarding Russia. What was that in the sense? Russia, secretly installed missile in Cuba. Such a information. Who got it? President Kennedy. Yes, American President Kennedy got it. Finally, Soviet President, who was he? In the sense, Khrushchev. This person agreed to withdraw the missiles, and thus the missile crisis was diffused. Yes, what is meant by diffused? In the sense, deactivated. Yes, so here, it's very interesting. Is who got information is John Kennedy. Is he was the president of United States of America. He got information is Russia had a plan to install the nuclear weapons, nuclear missiles, yes, in Cuba. Yes, finally Soviet president also agreed that. Okay, Soviet president, who was he that time? Khrushchev. Chave, yes, he also agreed and to withdraw the missiles, and thus the missile crisis was deactivated. What is mean by diffused in the sense deactivated? Yes, that's the meaning. The next one is next what is given. Yes, next what is given in the sense eventually the two sides reached an agreement. Yes, the two sides in the sense who are they? Is the Soviet Union removed the USA as well as Cuba. Yes, the Soviet Union removed the missiles from Cuba on an understanding that US would never invade Cuba, and the USA also gave the promise we never ever came in your way like that. With the Cuba they had a mutual understanding. Okay, so that's the thing, children. The next one, the last one, under that 4.7 it is given, children. Okay, Arab-Israeli war. Is Arab-Israeli war. Is in the Arab-Israeli war, what are the things are given? I am telling, children. Okay, so during the time of the First World War. Okay, during time of the First World War, this is 1914 to 18, First World War was occurred. Okay, after the completion of the First World War, treaty was signed. That was a humiliating treaty like that we learned. So treaty name, Treaty of Versailles. So the Treaty of Versailles had provided for mandates. Okay, so what is mean by mandate? In the sense authority, some control. Okay, so they can control over some small states. Okay, so that is the mandates. Okay, so Treaty of Versailles had provided the mandatory powers in Turkish Arab Empire. So France got the right to control Syria and Lebanon. Yes, so France, it can control Syria and Lebanon. At the same time, Britain, got three countries, Iraq, Palestine and Jordan. Okay, so these countries and all Britain can take care. Okay, so that is the meaning of mandates. Okay, so this arrangement, who disliked? In the sense Arabs disliked. The Muslim people disliked, because what they thought, after the completion of the First World War, they can get independence like that, they thought. Okay, so we might have got independent like that, they thought. That's what they got angry, so total upset. Okay, yes, Britain's promise. So Britain, what he did, in the sense Britain need to control Iraq, Palestine as well as Jordan. Is it, children? Yes, the Britain's promise to Zionist leaders that it would allocate one of the Arab land, Palestine to Jewish settlers. Okay, so Palestine was given to the Britain only made a mistake. Okay, Palestine had given to Jewish settlers from Europe, further embittered the Arabs. So embittered in the sense, what is the meaning? Bitter in the sense, it's angry. Yes, and the Arabs got much angry. There was growing Arab antagonism in the sense opposition towards Zionist settlers, as they bought land from rich Arabs and expelled the local peasant families who had been cultivating it for centuries. Okay, so many years Arab people are living in the same place. Okay, these people, what they are doing, they were expelled the Arabs from their place. Okay, so that was the problem. At the end of the October month 1945, yes, 1945, the Jewish underground organizations. Okay, some people, they used to, like a terrorist. Okay, Jewish people, underground organizations like, one word answer, Irgun Swai Lumi, like that only how to pronounce, children. This organization is they were the underground organization, like terrorist people, Zionist paramilitary organization, and the Stun Gang is a Zionist terrorist organization. They were launched a terror attack on a large scale. Railways, bridges, airfields, governments, offices, everything blown up in the sense, what is the meaning? தகர்த்து எறியப்பட்டது, bombarded. Okay, so the British government presented the dispute. Yes, the British government presented in the sense hand over the dispute to the United Nations for a decision. United Nations in the sense UNO. Okay, the British government presented the dispute, hand over the dispute to the UN for a decision. Yes, the next one, what is given in the sense succumbing. What is meant by succumbing in the sense submit. Okay, submit to the pressure of great powers. The United Nations resolved the partition. Resolved. Once again, partition was there. The British mandate of Palestine into Jewish state as well as Arab state. So what is the meaning of that in the sense in Palestine, Jewish people also can stay, Arab people also can stay in that. Okay, so clashes broke out almost immediately between Jews and Arabs in Palestine. So that time itself, the problem was started in between, Jews as well as the Arabs. Okay, the next what is given, in the blue color box, it is given Zionist movement. What is meant by Zionist movement? What is meant by Zionist movement? The sense is very interesting in Palestine. In Palestine, that ancient home of Jews. Okay, Palestine was the ancient home of Jews. Only a few thousand Jews were there. Okay, only few thousand Jews are there during the time of 1900. Yes, some 15 million people, were scattered in the sense sidarinargal. That's the meaning. Okay, they were living in and around Europe as well as North America. This is referred to as diaspora. Yes, this is the one word answer, children. The Jewish people, they were scattered around Europe and North America. So this is called as diaspora. Okay, so in the year 1896, Theodore Herzl, this person, he was a Vietnam journalist. He published a pamphlet called the Jewish State, in which he called for the creation of Jewish national home. Yes, for Jews, you have to create a national home. Yes, a separate home needed like that. Next year itself, 1897 itself, the World Zionist Organization was founded. Okay, so they were the supporters of Jews. Okay, so that's the thing. The last one, the Israelis. Okay, Israel people, they won control. Yes, they won control of the main road to Jerusalem. Okay, Jerusalem. See, the Israel people, they got a right to use the main road to Jerusalem and successfully repulsed in the sense drive back. Okay, drive back and repeated. Yes, drive back as well as repeated the Arab attacks. As a result of separate treaties were signed between Israel as well as each of the Arab states. A temporary frontier was fixed between Israel and its neighbors. So in Israel, the war was remembered as its war of independence. So Israel people, in Israel people, how they were considered, the war was remembered. War is remembered as it's a war of independence like that. At the same time, the Arab world, the Muslims, how they were considered as, it is treated as Nakba. Yes, Nakba in the sense catastrophe in the sense destruction. Okay, because their people only suffered, Arabs were suffered. Yes, because of the policy of Britain. Is it as a large number of Arabs became refugees? Yes, Israel was admitted into the UN immediately, much against the wishes of Arabs. Arabs disliked that, but who was admitted? Israel was admitted into the United Nations. So this much only, children. Okay. Yes, Arab-Israeli war, what are the things we learned? It's very easy. Once, if you are reading in the sense, you can easily, after the completion of the First World War, Arabs, they thought we can get the independence. But it was not possible because, because of the mandatory system. Yes, mandatory system in the sense, they had given the authority. Yes, over the small countries. Okay, so Britain got the right to control over the Iraq. Palestine and Jordan. At the same time, that France also got a right to control over Syria as well as Lebanon. So the British people, they were followed the policy. They were divided the Palestine. Yes, they were divided the Palestine into two. How they were divided in the sense, in Palestine only the Arab people also living, Jews also living. Okay, such a way, they were arranged. So that's what till, they were fighting with each other because of the policy of the British. Okay, so the finally it is given here, the Israelis, they got a success to drive out and repeated the Arab attacks. Okay, repeated the Arab attacks, like that it is given in the Arab world. How they were considered this war as a Nakba in the sense catastrophe. It's a great destruction, like that they felt. At the same time, here is Israel people, how they were considered in the sense it's a war of independence, like that they are thinking. Okay, so this much only, children. Okay, so half-yearly exam question papers are there now. Yes, many questions are there in the question paper. That questions and all, once you have to revise it, because that's very, very important questions. Okay, you can revise this. You can revise it. That's a homework. Okay, in the next class, I will make you to mark. Okay, children. Yes. So thank you, children.